Hello, Hanji Kidda. What's up, peeps? Back with another video. And you know what? I had to do things a bit different. It's a special season that we're about to experience. We even got the Premier League. Where's it gone? The little Premier League badge there. I think most of us have done that, spent an extra £5 or £6 or whatever it was. But it's a special season. So I thought, you know what? Let's do a proper match preview for all the Premier League games that we've got coming up. And the first one, as you know, is Saturday against Liverpool. But before we get into anything, we got to do the shout outs. Massive shout outs to Angel Care Homes for all your care needs in the Black Country and Birmingham area. Massive shout outs to Mark Darcy for all your formal menswear needs. And of course to Desi Ballers, highlighting all South Asians at all levels in the beautiful game. I'll put their details in the description. Make sure you check them out. But let's get to it then. So I'm excited to say I'm joined by Douglas Horn from the Dugout Football Channel. He's going to tell us everything we need to know about Liverpool. He does a lot of content around Liverpool. I'll put the link to his channel in the description. Make sure you check him out. But let's bring in Douglas. Douglas, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you.
I'm very well, and welcome back to the Premier League. It has been a long, long time since I've said those words, and I bet you must be feeling absolutely delighted to be back. But yeah, welcome back. It's been far too long since you guys were in the Premier League.
Absolutely, 22 years. I barely had a beard last time, and now it's going grey. So that's how long it's been. I've even got I've even got the Premier League badge on there. We've done the full badge stuff and all the rest of it. So it's a season that we're going to savor no matter what happens. Like you said, 22 years. Only 3 years ago, our opening day game was against Morecambe at home, and we got a draw. And now, we're playing Champions League winners, league winners, and I think you won the World Club Championship as well before. So
yeah.
And then one of the biggest football clubs in the actual game, in Liverpool FC. We're going to be entertaining them there. And that's what we want to be talking about today. It's Ipswich v Liverpool. It's not a Carabao Cup. It's not the Papa John's under-21s Liverpool team. It's the full team versus Ipswich Town in the Premier League fixture. Interestingly enough, the last time we was in the Premier League was against Liverpool away at Anfield. A certain John Honorisa got a couple, and Nicholas Anelka got one off the bench. I think it was McAllister's last game for Liverpool at the time as well. But we lost 5-0. So, and that obviously relegated us. But fortunes have changed, and I'm hoping that they'll change and be different on Saturday. So in terms of Liverpool, pre-season, obviously, I think you guys have been in the States, in America, playing a few games out there.
Yeah.
How's it going? How are you feeling? Are you feeling confident? Obviously, Klopp, big manager in the game. He's gone big gap to fill, big void to fill. Is Arnie Slot? I know it's early days, but what you've seen, are you confident in him? And how do you think Liverpool will do this season, really, based on pre-season and Arnie as well?
The signs are good. Obviously, replacing a man like Jurgen Klopp is always going to be a very, very big feat. It's sort of when Fergie retired, and obviously David Moyes sort of took over from him. It's going to be very interesting. I think it's going to be a bit of a transition season. We're going to have to obviously get used to Slot's methods and his style of play. But no, the signs have been very, very good. I've only seen the highlights because with the games being in America, they're obviously being a dad now. They're in very, very bad times to watch it. So like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. I used to be able to do that, not anymore. So I've only seen sort of the highlights, but what I've noticed is we look really, really good going forward. The forward players are looking good. Salah's looking very, very sharp as well. Obviously, Carvalho now, he's obviously going to Brentford now. He was looking really, really sharp as well. But no, three great wins out in the States. Obviously, 1-0 against Betis, which was a very good performance. Arsenal, which was another very good performance to win. And then any win over Manchester United, even in pre-season, it's it's always nice to to beat that lot down the East Lancs road. So I am very confident going into this season. I think we have kept the majority of our squad. I wouldn't be too surprised if the top three doesn't change this season. I think you'll have City and Arsenal potentially going for the title. Then you probably have us maybe third. I don't think we're quite good enough to challenge yet, but if we can get back in the Champions League, I think that'd be a very, very good first season for Slot, and I think it would be a really, really good achievement to do that.
Yeah, your positivity doesn't fill me with any confidence, unfortunately. When the fixtures were released, obviously we've got you first game, and then we're away at Man City, and you got to play these teams, and you think, right, it's probably the best time to play Liverpool. They've got a new manager, maybe they won't be good, and then you see how they're doing in pre-season. I saw the highlights on the Arsenal game, and I think you played at Anfield the other week? Was it Las Palmas or something like that? And again, like Salah looks sharp. He shaved his hair, so that took me.
Yeah.
So he's no longer got the trademark afro, but yeah, he looks sharp. In the Euros as well. I know Trent didn't really play a lot, but the mentality around the penalty and stuff like that. I'm a Trent fan anyway, so it's worrying to see that these players are, you're hoping to catch them on a bad day, and it doesn't seem that it's going to come anytime soon. The way I see the Premier League is kind of like it's three leagues in one. You've almost got that relegation fighting team. You've got that kind of mid-level team, mid-table teams, and that kind of top 6 to 8. Their ultimate ambition is obviously going to be survival, and 17th is a good season. But how we've been playing over the last couple of years, and yes, it's the Premier League, but people said that about the Championship, and I'm not by any means saying we're going to do what we did in the last 2 seasons, which is finish second on 90 plus points. I think in League One we finished second on 98 points. Championship we finished second on 96 points. I'm not for one bit thinking we're going to finish second or anything like that. But I do think we've got the kind of quality and stuff to not just stay up, but actually give the Premier League a good go. And that's what I'm hoping we'll do from the get-go really against Liverpool. So in terms of the game then, Saturday, 12:30 kickoff. I think you guys struggle in 12:30 kickoffs on Saturday. We do as well, so it'll be quite interesting. But in terms of lineup and stuff, what is the expected lineup? Who are we going to see, and what type of formation we're going to have? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's the safest thing to say we'll be going 4-3-3. I think the lineup that played against Sevilla, I think, is going to be the lineup that plays on Saturday, because I watched the Las Palmas game on the way home. I was actually at the Sevilla game, and I watched that game, and nobody really stood out apart from Andy Robertson. And I think if you're looking at the lineup for the Sevilla game, it was Alisson, Trent, Kwanzaa, Van Dijk, Tsimikas, McAllister, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, and then Salah, Jota, Diaz. Out of that team, I don't think there's going to be any changes. So I think that's the team that played against Sevilla. I think that'll be the starting lineup for the game on Saturday.
So my memories of Ipswich, right? I can vaguely remember the 01-02 season. You'd obviously just came off a very, very good season, having qualified for the UEFA Cup, which was absolutely fantastic under George Burley. And then obviously that season you went down. Was the safest thing to say, but yeah, that season was sort of a very, very big come down after the joys of the 0001 season. I actually remember the very last game of the season. I remember when we won 5-0, as well. Obviously John Arnorisa, as you said, got a couple. And obviously Nicholas Anelka did get a couple. And yes, it was Gary McAllister's last game as well. So yeah, I've got sort of memories. Obviously Marcus Stewart. You had a very, very good team. You had a very, very good team then. How do I think Ipswich will do? I'll be honest. I think out of the promoted clubs, I think you will be the only one that stays up. I think with obviously Southampton having a bit of an indifferent time of it recently. I don't think they're
anywhere near as good as they've been recently. I think that Ipswich have got a very good manager. And I think the players you're signing are very, very good. There's been some players that have played in the Premier League before, like Muric, of course. So I think you'll finish 17th. I think you'll finish 17th, and I think you will just survive, which again would be success, and obviously build on that for next season. How I see the game going, well, we all know what happened the last time you played us at Portman Road. It was actually 5-0. No, I'm sorry, 6-0. 6-0 at Portman Road. So I think it's safe to say that you'll obviously be wanting that to be different this time. I think you'll give us a game because Portman Road is a really, really hard ground to go to. The fans are right on you. And I think as well, that atmosphere could be an absolute key factor for you guys to stay in this league as well. So I am going to go for a Liverpool win, but I am actually going to go for you to score. So I'm going to go 3-1 Liverpool. I think it'll be a 3-1 Liverpool. And Dangerman for your guys, Omari Hutchinson. I've got to say, I think he's a really, really good player. Jacob Greaves is a very, very good player as well. And maybe just see what Liam Delap does as well. But yeah, really looking forward to the game. We'll see what happens on Saturday. But before that game, and after this game, I do wish the best of luck for Ipswich Town for the rest of the season.
So for me, if I'm looking at that game and I'm thinking Fortress Portman Road, first game back in the Prem, and yes, I know we need to strengthen. We know we need more signings, but the business we have done has been very good. Omari Hutchinson signing, Starboy's back. He's an Ipswich player. Him and Kieran McKenna are probably the two most important signings that we've made this summer. Jacob Greaves, remember the name. This lad is going to go to the very, very top. He's got it all. And that's just from 3 or 4 games I've seen him play in the town. You can tell he's going to go to the very top. We know what Leaf is about, right? He's going to thrive in the Prem. Johnson looks a good fit as well. I thought he played well against Nice on Saturday as well. And of course, Sammy, the midfield general. We know what he's like. I know there's been a few people saying, oh, well, he's got to worry about VAR, this, that, and the other. Sammy's the professional. Remember how many times he's played on that line where he's had, one more yellow card and he's banned, and he's done it for how many games where he ain't picked one up, right? He knows how to be disciplined when needed. So I don't fear that. And then, like I said, yes, we've got injuries. Broadhead and Hurst are out. But Burns isn't. And we know what Burns does. Burns, he will tear people apart again. So, yeah, we've had a good preseason. So I genuinely feel we're going to put in a good performance. And I know it sounds mad. And I'll do a full lineup on the actual vlog on Saturday. So I'll put that on there. But for me, I just got a feeling we're going to get something. Whether that's a point or 3 points, I think come Saturday, 3 o'clock or 2:30 or whatever time it is, I think every Ipswich fan is going to be buzzing and thinking, you know what? I'm impressed with what we've seen. And remember, we still got to the 30th or 31st of August till the transfer window closes. So there will be players that come in, and it's just going to make our squad a lot stronger. I'm not going to speculate on who's going to be there or whatever and all the rest of it. That's not for me to speculate on. But like I said, if I'm looking at our squad, if I'm looking at momentum, 17th would be a brilliant season. And to be honest, as long as we don't do a Derby County, even if we got relegated, I don't think many Ipswich fans would be upset with that. Of course, we want to compete and we want to do our best. And the one thing I'll say very confidently is every player that puts on that Ipswich top this season, whatever happens on the results, if we lose games, it won't be for lack of effort. They will leave everything out there. We've seen it for the past 2 seasons. It's going to continue. They fight. Just look at the competitiveness in the pre-season fixtures. There's a lot of competitiveness just in the training games as well. So we've got a group of players that want to win. We've got a group of players that rightfully believe they belong in the Premier League. You can say, oh, well, small club, this, that, and the other, was in League One a couple of seasons ago. Doesn't matter. We finished second in League One, got to the Championship. We finished second, 6 points ahead of Leeds, who were in third, 8 maybe or 9 points ahead of Southampton, and only a point behind Leicester. Leicester, who were going to blow the league away and were this amazing team or whatever, but plucky old Ipswich just finished 1 point behind them. So if that's what we were doing in the Championship, and we have arguably got one of the brightest and best young British managers, not even just British, just probably one of the best young managers in the game. Combine that with the investment we have, with the desire the players have, I genuinely think this season is going to be something special. But I'm going to say it now. I think Ipswich Town are going to finish in the top 14. I think we're going to have a really good season. And I think the likes of Amari Hutchinson, Jacob Greaves, Leif Davis, and of course, Sammy Morsey are going to be key players that world football will be talking about. But yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to get down to Portman Road. Just 3 seasons ago, we had our season opener against Morecambe at home, where we salvaged a point from Mr. Macaulay Bonne. But we salvaged a point last minute. I think it was the 90th minute or 89th minute or something like that. 3 seasons later, we're now playing at home to Liverpool, one of the biggest clubs in world football. And then we got a easy away fixture against Man City the week after. But yeah, man, I'm confident. Last couple of seasons going into it, you're feeling a bit nervous because especially in League One, the expectation we've got to get out of the league. And then in the Championship, it's okay. Like last season, it was more, we want to keep this squad together. We know that some of these players like your Leif Davis and then obviously like Kieran McKenna as well, the gaffer, if we didn't go up, they wouldn't be with us because they were going to be in Premier League one way or another. So there was a bit of nervousness last season, even though we were underdogs. But this season, I ain't nervous because like I said, even if we get relegated, we ain't going to be like Derby. So even if we go down, it's one of those where enjoy the ride, man. But I genuinely think we will survive. And like I said, I think we'll make top 14. All I can say is enjoy the ride because the journey is always better than the destination. And we've got VAR starting from Saturday. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Put them in the comments. Do you think we'll survive? Do you think we'll get a result on Saturday? Are we out of our depth in the Prem? Let me know what you're thinking, man. It'll be good to see what the rest of the Town fans are thinking. And if you're not a Town fan, if you're a Liverpool fan or just another football fan, let me know how you rate Ipswich Town and what your thoughts will be. And yeah, I just want to say a massive shout out to everyone that's subscribed to the channel. I launched it less than a year ago, back in December. It's slowly growing. Obviously, we want to get to the next milestone is to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're not too far of that. So if you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe. And of course, make sure you smash the like button on this video and turn those notifications on, man, because we're always dropping these ad hoc videos. You never know when there's going to be a bit of content to enjoy. So again, yeah, thank you to everyone. And yeah, catch you all on Saturday.